this'll be fun. So, the same guys at 8849 who sent me the other tank product sent me a new one. It's the Tank Mini. Now, I've always had like a fascination with like little tiny smartphones, so I'm kind of excited to take a look at this thing. Wow, this thing is, it's definitely smaller than I thought. Ooh, big fan of the stainless steel on the sides. Okay, what else is in the box? We got a loose SIM ejector, more screen protectors, that's a rarity, thank you. A user guide and more stuff, and a charging brick and USB-C to C. Okay, sure, I'll take that. So we got an IR sensor on this thing, so we can blast it at like TVs and projectors, ambient light sensor, that's usual, volume key, fingerprint power key. Oh cool, this thing's got biometrics. We got a main camera, a flashlight, a barometric sensor hole. I have no clue what that is. I think it's for like water depth maybe. Microphone, warning light, NFC. Ooh, this thing has tap to pay. Speaker and an event. What? I don't know what the vent is for. This doesn't have a projector, but oh, whatever. Let's turn this thing on. I'm just holding this thing, and man, I am just such a big fan of how this feels in the hand. Normally on the bigger phones, it's a bit uncomfortable because it is like big and hefty, but the phone being like really small and hefty, it's a good pair. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, this thing has 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage with a 5,800 milliamp hour battery. In a phone this small, dude, the folds don't even have that. I'm not exactly sure what CPU we've got inside here, but we'll find that out when we actually set the thing up. Let's connect to our Wi-Fi network, and oh no, the keyboard, it's so small. Well, the keyboard is small. It's honestly not that bad. If you had to make do with this as your main phone, it's okay. Only issue is you may make a typo every so often. We can set a normal pin, but also I want to try out the biometrics on the side. Touch the sensor. Yep, it's a fingerprint scanner. Unlock with your face. Really, with this size of a camera? I don't trust that, okay? Oh, here's the NFC function. I'm not gonna add a Google Pay to this just yet, and I mean, to tell you the truth, I kinda wanna daily drive this. I mean, just look at the thing, it's so fun. Okay, and we're all set up on the home screen, and wow, only 3 rows of apps. So, first things first, let's head to settings and take a look at what Android version we're running on this. Android 13? Okay, that's kind of outdated. Maybe we can like do a system update? Your system is up to date, really? Android 13 is the most modern release for this? I mean, I guess it's okay, because the thing's only going for $230 right now, and it's a niche smartphone, but more support would really be nice. I mean, this is a Project Treble device, so you could install Lineage OS on this thing if you had the free time to compile a complete version for it. And the CPU on this thing is the MediaTek Helio G99. How does it compare to the one in the Tank 4 Pro? The Tank 4 Pro is roughly 28% faster than this. Okay, that's not too big of a deal. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. What video editing in like 4K gaming are you gonna do on a phone of this size? I mean, really, come on, who are you kidding? What I do want to try out, though, is social media apps on this phone, just because of the weird aspect ratio and like small display this has. It's gonna be really fun to try out. But first, let's take a look at the stuff on the system itself. First up, the camera on this thing. You got time-lapse, video, photo, swipe back, Pro, and a couple more options. This thing also has a 100 megapixel sensor on the back of it, and I don't think it's gonna really translate to the quality, but that's a nice spec to have. And the videos this thing shoots can be 2K at 30 frames a second. The picture quality looks really nice. The video quality, on the other hand, could be better. It kind of like changes the lighting a bit and like defocuses when you're moving, but it's good enough. Next up, FM radio. Does this really work? Plug-in earphones. I could just use any old earphones. I've got these USB-C knockoff AirPods Pro. Will these work? Yeah, no, probably gonna need something with an aux. Yup, it works. If I disconnect it, I can still get the radio to play, so it seems kind of like an arbitrary lockdown to make me plug something in like this. If I unplug it, will the radio stop? Yep, okay. Next up, Toolbox. Okay, you got magnifier, alarm, pedometer? Where? Oh, god damn it, I knew it! Yeah, it's really just a step tracker. What next? We got an underwater camera. In this mode, compared to the normal camera mode, which uses touch input, you use the volume buttons to change modes, you hit this red button up top here to take a picture or take a video, and you hit the lock button to get out of it. And you can easily add them to the home screen by holding down and hit add to home screen. That's pretty handy. We also have a camping lamp function where if you turn it on, you can just blind yourself. But to be serious, the phone does sit on its side flat, so if you do need a flashlight, this is also pretty handy. Alright, now now let's take a look at some social media apps on this thing. And the games are going to be very fun to take a look at because gaming on a 4.3-inch screen, it's going to be interesting. Okay, so I got about everything I want to test out on this small thing installed. So first off, let's try out Instagram. And yeah, honestly, I was expecting Instagram to be terrible on this screen, but it seems like everything is scaling perfectly. Nothing feels like really scrunched in this app. That's a nice surprise. Oh, I'm glad they finally got him. There's also a remote app built into the phone itself, but it's kind of got ads on it, so I prefer this free and open source one. And it doesn't seem to have Hisense in here. Okay, I guess back to the one that shipped with the phone itself. Yeah, you can see, you can kind of see why I wanted to use the free and open source one, huh? And once we have the remote app actually set up, does it work? Yup, works perfectly. Look how tiny this TV remote is. Gemini works decent on this phone. The only issue is, yeah, I hope you like scrolling. What about Discord? Looking at Discord, you could fit like 3 to 4 messages on the screen at once, but honestly, again, I'm surprised by the scaling on Discord. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. Now, the microphones in this thing can't be the best. Let me start a Discord call with myself and test them out.
Hey, look, I'm a folding phone. I break after 6 months.
Honestly, the microphone quality is way better than I was expecting, and yeah, I do have Samsung Care on this thing. Next up, let's test out YouTube and the speakers on this thing. Yeah, I was gonna test out Spotify, but then I realized they suck. Videos, I mean, it's a 4.3-inch screen. Really, what did you expect going into this? It does work, though. But if you just want to watch a quick video or two on this small little thing, it'll work. It's not a very good experience, but it'll work. How well are the speakers gonna work, though? I think these two little cutouts are the only places they have speakers on this thing. It's super easy to hear the difference when you compare it against a Z Fold 7. This thing doesn't even have really good speakers either. You can clearly tell the music is only coming out of one side of the phone, and it sounds a bit foggy at that, but again, just like watching videos on this thing, listening to them, it's okay, but could be better. Now, here's the part that you're probably waiting for, playing some games on this thing. First up, Brawl Stars. There's like 8 buttons for this game. It's not going to be very fun. And yeah, just my thumb over the corner of the screen covers all 3 buttons. Good luck playing this. I blame the phone. Aside from the super small screen, which I've talked about like 5 times already, it does feel like there's like a bit of a touch input delay on this thing, so yeah, it's not the best for gaming. What about Clash Royale? It's playable and very one-handed at that. For as small as the screen is, I think there's like kind of like a hidden bonus to that as well. You barely need 2 hands to use the entire phone. I think the only instance where you would use 2 hands is just when trying to type out a message. Even though level 16 is out, still got it. Next up, Roblox. Now, most of these games are actually made for computers and like scaled down to mobile, so I expect the UI to like clash all over the screen. And deploying and oh no, oh no, whenever I try to move it like dismisses the app. Yeah, really? You couldn't have you couldn't have put the joystick in any better position? There is a better thumbstick that won't make you leave the app, but Arsenal locks it down for some reason. Let's try to find a different game that doesn't lock it down. On games where you can actually put your finger anywhere you want to move, actually decent experience. The UI does actually scale. Okay, and the last game we're gonna push this phone to the absolute limit with Fortnite. Ooh, neat. Text reporting update. Be cool if I could actually read it first. And I can't see shit, dude. The small screen plus the pixelation on everything, it's gonna make this impossible. I think I found the new worst way to play Fortnite. The frame rate, it's not really stable. It's in like the low to mid 20s. You got the touch delay, you got the small screen, you got the pixelation. It's just like the perfect mess. Now let's test how rugged this phone really is. We're gonna drop it on the floor a bunch and dunk it in some water and see how it fares. There are some reports online of the screen dying once when you drop it and the waterproof not working as well. These people are maybe unlucky, but guess we'll find out. After going for a dip in the pool, the device is completely functional. Nice. You can also expel water that gets in the speakers of this thing by using the clean water function inside the toolbox. Just keep in mind, make sure you have the volume up before you hit start pushing all the water out, or else no sound will play and it doesn't have a point. Okay, now the fun part. Let's throw this thing around. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this thing a variety of different ways. Face down, face up, on the side, and I'm just gonna throw it in the air for fun. First up, face down. The front bezel of the phone did not like that. It's got like a dent in it now, and the screen protector is starting to peel. Okay, and now on the side where the fingerprint reader is. No damage on the side, but the front, it gets another dent. And now, face down. Hope the camera module survives. It's made out of glass. Yep, perfectly fine. Seems like the lip at the bottom protected it. Alright, now let's just throw it in the air and see how it fares. And it survived perfectly. Like a tiny bit of scuffs on the side, but you'll never guess what happened. Another dent on the front of the screen. So yeah, this thing passed the durability test with flying colors. Only problem is when you drop it on the front, the bezel gets like pushed in a bit and the screen protector starts to lift. It's kind of annoying, but you could just like cut it around the edges when you're applying a new one to avoid it. I mean, me personally, I prefer the feel of glass, so I'm just gonna take this off. The Tank Mini is a really nice phone to carry around, especially with a tiny size. The water resistance and durability are top notch as well. I mean, I threw this thing like 20 feet in the air and it survived just fine. My only issue with this phone is Android 13 in 2025. Really, man? That's not good at all. Don't get me wrong, it has tons of app support. Like, I don't think there's one app that won't work on this, but at the same time, you have security patches from like 2 years ago, so I just can't trust this to put all my banking details or actually just move into as my daily driver, unfortunately. If you just want to log in with your social media accounts and watch some YouTube on this thing in the shower, it'll be fine though. Anyways, thanks for watching, and let me know down in the comments, what other phones do you want me to take a look at? Alright, I'll see you later. I'm actually gonna keep playing with this phone. I like the size, it's fun.